Good day, beautiful people. This is something that I really want to get off my chest because it's been on my mind for quite a while to say. And unfortunately, a lot of religious people, deeply rooted in religion, they sometimes, I think, miss the mark and they misunderstand some things that may be going on spiritually. So we have to remember that we live in a spiritual world. We are spiritual beings and we have checks and balances and karma that we have to deal with. And excuse me for looking back and forth, but I'm looking at my notes, okay? So we have spiritual checks and balances in this place. I don't like to use the word pray, but for a lack of a better word, that's what I'm going to be using in this video. I like to say petition the Most High. That's what I've been saying as of recently, because pray has a double meaning in the English language. You have to be very careful about the words that you're using because they have sometimes multiple layers and multiple meanings, but I'm just going to use pray for lack of a better word for this particular video. All right. So what you have to remember, like I said from the beginning, is this is a world, a spiritual world. We have spiritual checks and balances. You are someone's karma. People don't like to think of it that way, but you are someone's karma because you're not always going to be 100% good. You're going to do some things that you're not going to be proud of. So in that instance, you may actually have been someone's karma. Someone is your karma. Some people may be facing their karma, their fate, or their destiny when you come into contact with them. Sometimes we're offering up dead prayers because that person is paying for past deeds or things that they've done, and it's just their time to deal with that situation. Also, sometimes we're praying for people who don't deserve it, that are actually evil at the core. Sometimes we know it and we're doing it anyway, and sometimes we're doing it and we're praying for them and wanting the best for them unknowingly, unknowingly knowing that person's inner being, that person's heart, that person's spirit, that person's past, that person's actions. Sometimes we're praying for situations that actually have to happen. Sometimes it's the will of the Most High, it's the will of the universe, it's that person's karma, it's destiny. Sometimes. Now, sometimes we can actually change things. We have the power of the tongue, the power of prayer, or petitioning the Most High, as I like to say. And we do have the power to change things. We have the same power to create and destroy, just like the Creator that created us does, because He gave that to us. Now, we think and we say that everybody is in heaven. So if everybody goes to heaven, then who is going to hell? Like, nobody's hellbound at all. So if you believe in heaven, then you should also believe in hell. And as many people that you think are in heaven are going to heaven, I should say, that many people are probably in hell as well. So we should be saying, your will be done, versus what we think should happen to that person, or we think is going to happen to that person's soul, because only that person knows. So my moray, when my son was dying in 2022, we wanted that child to live. And he basically said, I have come to the point where I've started saying the Most High's will be done. And I couldn't argue with that. He also had a parent that was dying, and he said, I had to say the Most High's will be done. So yeah, we have the power to change things, but sometimes we're actually going against the will of the Most High. And like I said, like when our son was dying, we wanted the will of the Most High, but we also wanted him with us because we wanted him so badly. And that was such a rough time for us, just watching a child die. But we could have been praying against the Creator's will. All right, we might have been praying selfishly for him to stay here. And in him staying here, he would have been suffering and debilitating pain, or live a lifelong time span of dependency. And we wouldn't have wanted to watch that or have him go through that either. So remember that we should be asking for the will of the Most High and not praying for wicked people that may be paying for their deeds. And also, when we're praying for sick people, family members, loved ones, not to be praying selfishly, because you may be praying and prolonging their, their suffering on this side of the earth. So we also have to remember that in the word it says, some nations are like spit to the Most High. So there are some people that the Most High does not like. Those are not my words. Don't hate me and say, oh, God loves everybody, because that's not what the word says. He does not. Some people are actually like spit to him, and it says that in the word. So remember, should we be actually praying for everybody? That's the question of this video. That's up to you and between you and the Most High to determine that. But we should always be petitioning him or your higher power to see the words that should be coming out of our mouths, the energy that we should be spending on things and spending on people. And we should be realistic, because all of us have a time on this earth. None of us know what it is. That only the Creator does. So that's just a question that I wanted people to ask themselves. Should you be praying for everyone? And remembering that everyone has their time. Some people are truly evil at the core, and you should not be praying. You should remember that some people are actually like spit to the Creator if you are a believer. Some people are not, but this is for the believers that believe in what the word says. Some people are actually like spit. So you all be blessed. Leave me your questions, comments, and concerns.